I didn't expect actually Tyron to back up the whole time either. You know, in the first fight that we had, he ended up taking me down in the first round. I figured the second time he was going to be looking more for that takedown and come forward. He had a smart game plan. Was it exciting? No, it wasn't. I knew he had very strong hands and good, strong wrestling, so I didn't want to overcompensate or overextend myself on my strikes. So I kind of held back a little bit, which is something I shouldn't have done. You know, and I go back and look at it now. Of course, after the fight, you can always, I should have done this, I should have done that. What happened, happened. But I'm constantly working on my striking. Go out there and just let it out, you know, just be myself and go out there and do what I know I can do out there in the octagon.
What's changed since last year when you were here, personally for you?
Man, to be honest, it's easier. It's easier this time around because, you know, it was a title fight. There was a lot of media obligations that I had to do for that, a lot of traveling, which kind of messes with you. You go, man, I missed this training session. You know, is this going to mess me up, you know? Even though it didn't, you're still thinking that. For this time, it wasn't. They didn't have me traveling all around. I'm more focused on the fight. Spent a lot of time back home. Brought everybody into my training camp, and just more focused on the fight than anything. So it's a little bit easier, more relaxed, I think.
How would you assess this last year in your life? I mean, you had the title shot here. It was a draw. You got it again. And lost. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, is it a learning year? Was it a year of opportunities that you missed? Or how would you kind of wrap that up?
Now I know what it's like to actually be up at the top and know that you have to have those obligations that you have to do, which makes me think, man, imagine what Conor has to go through. You know, that's got to be ridiculous. But yeah, it was a learning experience, and you learn from everything. Just like I did my first loss against Matt Brown, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for that, and improved on that. So that's how I look at it as this past year. And it also gives me somebody else to prepare for. You know, I've been thinking about Tyron for almost over a year now, and trying, you know, breaking him down. This gives me somebody different to look at, somebody else to break down, something different. And like I said, it's more relaxed because I don't have those other things that I have to do.
So it's been a learning experience this year. What have you learned from 2 fights Tyron Woodley?
Well, one, like I said, just letting my hands and feet go. Just go out there and not worrying about what he's going to do. Just go out there and worry about what I'm going to do. Make him worry about what I have to do instead of the other way around. He is an aggressive fighter, more aggressive fighter than Tyron. He's got good striking, and what people don't think of, he's got pretty good wrestling too. He's very crafty on the ground, like you saw against Maya. His defense was phenomenal. You know, kept from being submitted by Damian. So he's very crafty, you know what I mean? This is the kind of guys that I like to prepare for because they're always evolving, they're always getting better. So that's going to keep me on my toes. But he's always game. That's why they call him game ready. So he's going to go out there. I think he's going to be aggressive, and he's going to look for that knockout, man. And it's going to be an action-packed fight. It's going to be some fireworks.
I feel like we know that the potential's there for you. You've been able to prove it. You know, the last year or so, has it been frustrating for you as perhaps some of the fans? And like, are you going into this being like, you know what? I know I can actually do some stuff here.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And I'm not worried about anything. Just going out there, you know, I'm not worried about what he's going to do, like I said. I'm just going to go out there and do what I do. And for me, it is more comfortable, you know, being here. I'm very comfortable, you know, being in New York than, let's say, Canada or Japan or all these other places, you know. I'm very close to home. They got a lot of people coming up to watch me fight, so that kind of, you know, calms me down a little bit. Got some family and friends coming in. So, man, I just feel good. I feel great.
You said there's a lot of people coming to watch you. I was actually here when you fought the last time at MSG, and it was remarkable, like, your resilience just won over a crowd that was already there to watch, I would say, Conor McGregor's fight, but your resilience up against Tyron Woodley was something that was a spectacle to behold, and people loved it. What do you think the fans are going to be coming in to see this time around, and do you think you'll be able to put them on a better show for this?
Oh, that's the plan. You know, I'm looking to come in here to get that W this time, not a draw. You know, like I said, I love coming in. I love the fans here in New York City. I'm coming to put on a show, but with the W this time.
You deserve it, but also the fans deserve it too, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, yes, the fans do, man. You know, this is why we do what we do. This is an entertainment business. You know, obviously, I don't have to fight for a living. Yeah, I love teaching. We run a school back home. I do it for the fun of it, and the money's a bonus. You know, I just, yeah, it's not bad. I love coming out here and performing in front of fans, and I'm a very competitive person, and man, you know, and hopefully in doing what I do can inspire some people to, hey man, maybe I can get to train and do this as well, or, you know, change people's lives in doing that. You know, going back and watching my story and, just doing a little bit of study on me and on who I am, maybe I can change somebody's life.
You said that you basically you focused on Tyron Woodley for a year. That's a lot of time to focus on one guy, one fighter. So how much have you had to adjust mentally now to come up against another opponent and change kind of where your mindset's at?
Not hard at all. Actually, I was looking forward to it. Somebody different to break down, somebody different to prepare for. And for somebody like Gamebred, I mean, it's going to be more fun because he does come forward. He's not afraid to go out there and bang it out, which is it's gonna make it more fun for the fans. To have an aggressive fighter. He's also a counter striker as well, but he's aggressive counter striker. So there's gonna be a lot of opportunities for him to run into a lot of things.
I know you really worry about yourself, but do you have to almost cheer for Tyron to lose the belt at some point now?
And I don't care who you are, man. You face Damian Maia. He's one of the most dangerous guys in the division right now. I think. I mean, because he's got a speciality that, he's one of the best grapplers in the UFC, not just in the welterweight division. I thought he had a great game plan. It wasn't an exciting game plan. It was very boring. I do felt he could have let his hands go a little bit in the later rounds, especially after he dotted his left eye or his right eye. I think it was his right eye. But, of course, I got to take my own advice on that. Just let the hands go, after facing Tyron.
But I mean, you've had 2 shots against him, so I mean, you kind of have to look at it and say, man, it's better for me if he loses the belt. Not that you're cheering against him because of personal reasons.
Yeah. I mean, I think so, but if I go out there and put on a show, for Saturday and have a good win over Jorge Masvidal, we'll still be up in that top. It wasn't too long ago I was number 1, and then me and Robbie Lawler were both ranked number 1. I'm number 2, just got bumped down. So we're kind of going back and forth here, And if I come out with a good win, I think we'll still be tied up for that number 1 again. And I know Dana White said the winner of the RDA and Lawler will get the next title shot. Well, not everything Dana White says comes to fruition. So
last question for me. What do you think about the state of the industry right now? Because you're on a card here that has arguably one of the best fighters of all time in the UFC coming back to fight in Michael Bisping. What does it mean to you, being a fan of the industry, being able to be on that card with someone like GSP?
Man, it's unbelievable. I don't know if you guys know this, but GSP was my inspiration to switch from kickboxing to MMA. I did a lot of training with him up at TriStar when he was fighting and he was the champion. I've known him for many years, and I found myself learning the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling just to be a better sparring partner for George. And through George, I was training with guys like Rashad Evans, Nate Marquardt, and he's the one that opened those doors for me, those windows for me. So I've always wanted to fight on the same card as him, and now I have my opportunity, not just to fight on the same card, but the biggest card of the year at Madison Square Garden. So that's even better.